This episode of Death Battle will contain the following: graphic nose blowing, coughing, head cold, words we can't say on YouTube for some godforsaken reason, because heaven forbid we talk about our own health, and toilet paper. On with the show. Oh, there we go, doing the whole in medias res thing again. I'm only
Galactus,
taking this off because I'm alone in the
worlds.
room.
And Unicron, almighty chaos bringer. That's right,
We're
it's
not
the
expecting
day
that,
we've all
huh?
been waiting for.
Yeah.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out
That
who would win
expression in the background.
death battle. Boomstick, what is the nature of evil?
Oh, it's 3.5 beers too early
Pretty
for that
general.
kind of question, Wiz.
No, seriously, is the wolf that hunts the hare evil? What about the bear that kills the wolf? Or the man that slays the bear? Is that evil or nature?
What is going
Perhaps
on
this
there?
question was on Galen of Ta's mind as he hurtled toward the end of infinity.
I'm pretty sure the question on his mind was, how do I turn this goddamn spaceship around?
Eons ago, the planet Ta was
Yeah,
a paradise, the most advanced
A
civilization
trillion
the universe
years
had
ago.
ever known.
Too bad the universe was coming to an end. I hate it when that happens.
The Ta'an scientist Galen watched as the rest of his race ignominiously perished and decided to die gloriously on his own terms.
By flying a
Shiny
ship
and
into the
chrome!
sun, just like great-grandpappy Boomstick, the crazy old coot. But instead of being vaporized on contact like great-grandpappy Boomstick, Galen got bitten by a radioactive god.
As the
Nice.
last living thing left before the universe's end, Galen was visited
Wow.
by the sentience of the multiverse, who
Killed
merged with him as part of a cosmic cycle of death and rebirth. As the old multiverse died, a new one was born, and the scientist Galen was no more. In his place was a being of untold power, the Ravager of Galaxies, Galactus.
Neat.
Well, despite looking like a masochist, Jack,
Okay. 28'9"? Isn't he like literally bigger than planets, or does he just change that all the time? Existential concept, beyond good and evil, victim of countless backstory retcons.
my
Nice.
purple vibrator, G-Dog here is one of the strongest beings in all of Marvel, baby. And there's
Cool,
only
cool.
one thing he wants to do: eat friggin' worlds.
Galactus is so
I've been there.
unbelievably, mind-meltingly powerful that strong doesn't really begin to describe him.
Cool.
Just being near him will begin to warp your perception of reality. In truth, he isn't even really
has
a
no
physical being
dimensions,
with
they
a soul
saw
anymore, but composed of energy itself, the
Nice.
power cosmic.
Basically, your all-purpose space
Okay,
cabinet.
absorbs life energy to stay alive. We all absorb life energy to stay alive. That's what eating is. Graphic depictions of nose blowing. I'm sorry. Okay, godlike strength, energy projection, transmutation, telekinesis, force field, size alteration. There we go. Teleportation, portal creation, cosmic awareness, levitation, resurrection, and soul manipulation. Can he resurrect himself?
Magic that no good almighty ass-whooping god can go without. Sure, he can use it to blast your ass to unholy smithereens, but it's
Yeah.
a lot more flexible, too.
Described
Cool,
as being in touch with every other living thing at once, the power cosmic allows one access to a near infinite pool
Still
of
have this
knowledge
here for the
and the
other day.
ability to sense danger ahead of time.
I don't think there's a lot for him to be
Knows
afraid
what
of.
here.
He can manipulate matter, read and control the minds of gods, and teleport entire galaxies across the universe.
The power
Galactus
cosmic
has
allows
saved
him
our
fundamental
world.
control over life itself, manipulating souls, creating new life forms from nothing, and even resurrecting the dead. And because his body is composed of energy, he can't really be hurt in the traditional physical sense. This allows him to grow or shrink his
Hey,
body.
Dummy is back. I saw some people theorizing that he might be back for at least not the rest of the season. Yeah, it looked like that woman punching his physical form did at least something, even if it doesn't cause him harm.
with
it at least
seemingly no limit,
pushed
and
back the
altered his
matter that
appearance.
Oh, wait.
he's
He chooses
currently
to look like that?
His physical appearance matches the species observing him, so a human sees a human Galactus, a Squirrel Galactus, and so on.
Oh,
But
so it's just like how I see the
crown is-
world.
What are you staring at?
What matters most to me in the world. Awesome.
No, not
I thought
awesome.
Jack
Very
Spaniels
not
is what
awesome.
mattered most
At
to
least
him in
as
the
far as
world.
Galactus is concerned, since witnessing
Who may or may not have died at some point. There was a one of the filler scenes for this. I think it was this one. On the trailers was talking about how Jack Spaniels died and Boomstick brought him back with a horrific book bound in human skin.
his approach is itself the end of the world. You would only have enough time to pray to your paltry gods before Galactus consumed your entire planet, absorbing its energy into himself, then moving on to his next meal.
Man, I guess his costume is appropriate.
Okay, Ta-2, aka World Ship, size of a solar system, Galactus' home. Your planet will provide me with some much-needed nourishment. I know there was the thing in Silver Surfers where he tries to direct Galactus only to uninhabited worlds. Armor, unknown material, regulates energy. Elemental converter, converts matter and energy, helps with consuming planets. Punishers, robotic servants. The ultimate nullifier. As a target for existence from its own wielder to the multiverse.
Appropriate, because he sounds
Can
like
be
a total
recalled.
dick. Like, come on, man. You watched your whole planet die. Now you're gonna go around the universe doing the same thing?
It's not entirely his fault. Galactus' power is so immense that the only thing that can sustain him is the consumption of entire worlds.
What about
Without this
suns?
constant
The
feeding,
sissies
he
consumed
would
those.
perish, just as humans would without consuming plants or other animals.
Kinda like how I hunt squirrels, because I hate each and every one of them.
No, categorically the exact opposite, actually.
We actually need to have Squirrel Girl on here. I kind of think Arale would be a good opponent for her.
Galactus isn't vengeful or cruel. If he could avoid any unnecessary death, he would. But just as the universe is bound by the laws of physics, Galactus is bound by his hunger.
And that hunger has put him in conflict with some of Marvel's other heaviest hitters, like Odin and the Phoenix Force. Galactus' fight with the Other and the Scryer got so intense, they threatened the entire infinite multiverse just as a side effect of the battle.
While Galactus himself can comfortably cross countless light years in seconds, some of these beings are more like abstract concepts than actual living things.
Nice,
Many of which operate
I love the
outside of
90s
linear
designs.
time.
Like this alien bug.
Okay, one shot Dark Side. Damn. One attack to destroy 3 solar systems. You gotta consider how far apart those are in reality. Like, our solar system is huge. It's, billions, trillions, maybe not, not trillions, but it's billions of light years. Not light years, I'm sorry. Just billions of miles. Trillions of miles, maybe. Maybe that's what I was saying. Okay, like it's a brain fog. Okay. Yeah, it's a very, 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 very long way. And then it's across the interstellar void is a whole bunch more. And then you get to whatever the next solar system would be. Do we even know what the next solar system or star system? It says star system on I can't even freaking read today. Oh golly. But the last time I did one of these when I was sick, I could barely even respond. I just stood there going at the screen the whole time. That was my Optimus Prime versus Gundam. It's the only death battle I've ever actually considered deleting my reaction to. I've had others where the sound is screwed up. I've had those where my computer's crashed multiple times. In the case of McGruff versus Smokey, yeah, it crashed twice there, I believe. I've had all kinds of scripts, but that's the only one. And yeah, Thor versus Wonder Woman, you couldn't hear me the entire time. I forgot to do a sound check, and you just hear me faintly in the background above an extremely loud death battle. But it's at least you could look at me. You can see what I'm reacting to and all kinds of stuff. Optimus Prime versus Gundam, I just plain wasn't reacting. Okay, considered a 4D space-time continuum. One-shot Darkseid, used as a bomb to destroy the Black Winter, survived Negabomb explosions. That makes me think of something. It's not really relevant, it's just use of the word nega. Who would Darkwing Duck fight? His nature transcends death and eternity. Defeated Dormammu, Mephisto, Mad Celestial, and Abraxas.
Dude who tried to use Galactus' energy to destroy 2 whole universes. Even after being drained by him, he still nuked 3 whole star systems before getting a snack.
Should he somehow be threatened by beings beyond even the scope of his power, Galactus crafted a device to solve all of his problems.
Oh, yeah?
The ultimate nullifier.
In case that name isn't obvious enough, it's a teeny tiny weapon that destroys anyone you think of.
It doesn't just destroy them.
Okay, the ultimate nullifier may even destroy its own user if they are unskilled or unfocused. Galactus' nigh omniscience makes this a non-issue, however.
It destroys everything. The entire multiverse is eradicated, then recreated without the target. An extremely roundabout way of winning, but it works. That's exactly what happened when Galactus used it on the abstract god of destruction, Abraxas.
He
Oh,
destroyed the god of destroying things with a Happy Meal toy. It's like my therapist said, great things come in small packages.
Okay, size. Oh, it really is that tiny. Yeah. So, can he just make it bigger? Or I guess he would have to make himself smaller to use it, or...
And the nullifier was key
Those
to
old
Galactus'
trading
first great
cards,
defeat
too.
upon his inevitable arrival on Earth.
When that pesky Reed Richards managed to get his stretchy hands on the thing, Galactus finally backed down and spared the planet.
Which makes no practical sense. The ultimate nullifier is a part of Galactus himself. It uses his own power. He can summon it at
Interesting.
any time and even escape its effects by hiding in a pocket dimension. It didn't have the
Interesting.
safety on.
Maybe he was just bored.
After billions of years of
Yeah,
cosmic
maybe he was
genocide
just
just to
bored.
survive, I'm pretty sure Galen forgot what it meant to be mortal. Perhaps
Yeah.
that was the true evil
That was
all
nice,
along,
his,
the slow death of Galen's
original
humanity.
face in the
Because
planet
what
there.
could be more terrifying than a being that sees everything and everyone you know and love as nothing more than his next meal? This episode of Death Battle
No,
is sponsored
shut
by
Help.
Elp.
Weren't
There
they revealed
was
as a scam?
Unicron, created by the
Like, a
formless
while ago?
primordial being known as the One to explore the fledgling multiverse. Unicron instead decided to consume everything.
Dude,
Meh.
come on! Bad Unicron! Bad God! Bad!
The One decided to split Unicron into 2 beings, one of order and hope known as Primus, and the other of chaos and evil known as Unicron.
That's the
Again,
Rose
Like
and
all
Bison
these sibling
approach.
rivalries,
Miscellaneous avatars: Rodimus Prime, a black hole, and Child's Toy. Read a Q&A column in the Armada Comics. Height. Oh, shit. His height is measured in hundreds of kilometers. Does that make him like the actual most massive being on Death Battle? Like, we've had others that are huge or can become huge, but this is his default height? Okay, age over 14 billion years, aka the Casper, the Planet Eater, and Earth.
they pushed each other's shit in over the fate of all existence. That is, until the goody little two-shoes Primus tricked his bro into imprisoning their souls in giant asteroids.
Nah.
Classic sibling prank. For me, it was the dryer.
Primus terraformed his asteroid into what would later be known as the planet Cybertron, while Unicron did something different.
Yeah, he turned his planet into a planet that eats other planets.
Nice.
Not only that, it can change its form into a giant badass robot Satan. He's literally the first Transformer.
And with this new body,
Cool.
Unicron would travel the cosmos, consuming planet after planet,
So the others
universe
just-
after
I
universe.
assume they didn't
Not
know about
necessarily
him
because of any hunger
and
or
just developed
need,
that
but
ability
because
on their own.
Unicron is the physical embodiment of death and destruction.
Nice.
He is literally programmed to destroy everything.
God's gotta do what
Could he be reprogrammed? Like, I don't know if Transformers can actually be reprogrammed.
God's
like-
gotta do. And good luck trying to fight back. Uni's robot
But
body
they
comes
seem to be naturally occurring creatures. Spark, transformation, cog, matter manipulation, absorption, regeneration, time-space manipulation, dimensional travel, time travel, teleportation, temporal clairvoyance, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria, plasma breath, chest laser, electrokinesis, and anti-proton cannon.
With a tractor beam, eye laser,
Nice.
fire breath, a chest cannon, and an antibody system in case anyone
Yeah,
tries.
they said fire breath, but that's not listed on here. Plasma breath is. But either way, if that really was fire breath, it was coming out blue and white, which would mean it's extraordinarily
To pull
hot.
a Drax on him.
Unicron can mentally dominate an entire race of beings, erase things from existence, warp the fabric of space and time, and even
But not
manipulate
just
matter
things.
itself.
So
Entire
even if his
galaxy.
big robot body is damaged or destroyed, he can repair it lickety-split, or even send his spark out to find a new host.
Essentially the Transformers version
Neat.
of a soul, Unicron's spark is immensely powerful and produces its own energy source, Dark Energon.
I
Unicron
have
is
heard
so
of Dark
evil that he
Energon.
can literally
I don't-
turn his bad dude
I don't really know much about Transformers, but I have heard of Dark Energon before.
energy into weapons of mass destruction, like
Cool.
unholy blades or planet-busting lasers.
This Dark Energon will corrupt
I have to turn the label towards the camera, not out of any advertising purposes, but so YouTube doesn't get on my case for drinking. Vector Prime stated that Angle Noir energy and Dark Energon are in some ways functionally identical, such considering their respective abilities to be mutually
any that
inclusive.
consumes it, turning them into a puppet of Unicron himself.
Cool.
It's also obviously the opposite of regular Energon, which is created by Primus and what fuels the Transformer race. So Unicron basically runs on the opposite of life. If he's death as a big robot, can he even be killed?
Not by any conventional means. Even the destruction of his spark isn't guaranteed to end him. He will continue to exist as a necessary force that drives the cosmos. Anytime he's
Interesting.
destroyed, he will appear again in a new universe. In fact, almost every Unicron you've seen
Several versions of Unicron, such as the one from the 1986 film, were stated to be separate individuals by Vector Prime. The true Unicron is by far the most powerful iteration. Awesome.
in movies, TV, and comics are the same Unicron.
Unicron is
Nice.
a literal force of nature. You
Is he the
can't
same
reason
one
with
that
a hurricane that hates you?
was,
All you can do is
doing
see
the
it and get
answer
the hell
column?
out of the way. But this hurricane is never gonna stop until you and everyone you know is DED dead. His mere presence drove an entire planet insane.
I was
Cool.
trying to be poetic before, but this is what evil is. Incomprehensible, undeniable.
This is biting the wall.
inescapable. You can't even wait him out. He is unbound by the
Linear time is not a concept that binds an entity of Unicron's level. Where the timer is, that's actually pretty cool because it looks like it's underlining it. It has all the time in all worlds, and if it doesn't, it can make the time, literally. To continue, as it appears its emergence and subsequent destruction, along with that of Primus.
the concept of linear time.
The Chaos Bringer is so powerful, his mere presence wrecks the space-time continuum and can erase galaxies from existence just by strolling by.
To be
Nice.
clear, it isn't the force he's generating by moving that destroys things, it's his existence. His mere being is so overwhelmingly evil that the fabric of space-time cannot fathom Unicron's presence.
Wow.
Dude, no wonder he was able to devour nearly a quarter of the entire multiverse. What
Okay, Transformers timelines are organized by universe clusters, each representing different Transformers sub-franchises. They sometimes overlap with foreign time streams and lack crossovers, properties like My Little Pony. According to my friend Netbug, who's a big Transformers fan, she said that every bit of official media, including advertisements, is canon.
universe at a time?
Estimates for the size of the Transformers multiverse vary from over 15
But they're all
quadrillion
just
universes
different
to an infinite number
universes,
of universes,
timelines,
branching
et cetera.
timelines, and planes of existence. And who better to portray a being who brings death to the universe than the man who gave birth? to modern cinema, a final role fitting for an artist so much larger than life. Or deeply ironic that it's a feature-length toy commercial.
The Transformers movie has always
This is a Frozen
celebrated
piece.
for its excellence. I say,
Despite that unbelievable power, the Chaos Bringer's almighty rampage through reality has been halted a number of times, usually due to the matrix of leadership, the essence of Primus himself, and the embodiment of all hope and light in the universe.
are
Cool.
you telling me that Robo-Satan was defeated by the power of friendship? Forget beer! I'm gonna need some of that shit going straight into the vein.
As the
Nice.
abstract idea of evil actualized, any notion of goodness is directly antithetical to his being.
As
Okay.
incomprehensible.
Okay. Destroyed 22.56% of the multiverse. I love how they actually could measure it. Tanked the Big Bang. So what I'm thinking is that nullifier is going to be used, and he's just going to be, right. Created Galvatron to be his herald, absorbed a supermassive black hole, shook the universe with his blows, battled an alliance of Autobots, Decepticons, and Minicons, defeated Prima, Megatron, Anti-Matrix, and Primus. Wow.
To
I kinda thought they would
Unicron as
be
he is to us.
But despite the
perfectly
best
matched.
efforts of heroic Transformers like Optimus Prime, Unicron has always returned from the smoldering ashes of defeat and risen to threaten reality again.
It's his very nature.
Such as the time a united armada of Autobots, Decepticons, and an entire people created
humans?
from his cells, the Minicons, tried to destroy him once and for all.
They actually succeeded in killing him until Galvatron's
Until.
hatred for Optimus brought Unicron back to life.
Because
Nah.
challenging Unicron means challenging evil itself, destroying
Nice.
destruction itself. An impossible paradox.
You can't kill Unicron because killing is literally what Unicron is. So, what does that mean for us?
Every petty act of violence, every war, every cruelty, every death battle gives Unicron life. The life he'll use to kill us all.
Nice.
We are culpable in our own annihilation.
Unicron's not just some comic book villain. He's all there is and all there will be. He was there at the beginning and he'll be there at the end. He's a law
And
of
after.
physics. He's as inevitable as your dying breath.
Jesus, now you got me scared.
Oh,
This
gosh.
episode of Death Battle is sponsored by
Us.
Death Battle. It's called Synergy, right, Wiz?
By popular demand, Death Battle the game is finally back and available for pre-order
I actually
this
did
December.
buy this
Ever
a
wanted
few
to
years
live out
ago,
your
but I
very
never
own
got a
death battle
chance
with
to
you
play
as the
it.
combatant? Of course you have.
Death Battle the game is a fast-paced head-to-head card and dice game where players, well, battle to the death.
Are
Nice.
you deadly enough to win a death battle?
The first player to eliminate all of their opponent's cards wins.
Who will be the last one standing?
With 100
Cool.
weapon, armor, and skill cards, there are tons of options for character creation. Oh, and who could forget 50 custom dice?
If you
Ooh,
know someone who
50
just can't get enough of
custom
the
dice?
pulse-pounding battles between fiction's deadliest characters, and sometimes its silliest, this is the perfect
Yeah.
gift.
yeah.
Pre-order your copy of Death Battle the game this December and ring in the new year with your favorite internet show brought to life.
Go to store.roosterteeth.com
You don't know what my-
to
actually, this probably
pre-order
is my
your
favorite
copy and
internet
get
show.
ready, 'cause it's time for a death battle.
I'm gonna be honest. Netbug did say that that Unicron didn't stand a chance, but I also, on the other hand, don't think she knows all that much about Galactus. She likes a lot of Marvel comics, but I don't know if she's necessarily reads the ones that he's in. You know how it is. It's a big publishing company. Honestly, that whole thing about being able to tank the Big Bang and like switch into a separate universe, the way they described the nullifier working makes it sound like Unicron can just swap to the new universe immediately. Maybe not immediately, but within, he transfer his spark to it. I'm not sure if the spark can actually survive an intentional destruction that's supposed to target him specifically. But there's also the issue, because Galactus doesn't have really the same sense of good and evil that we do. He's kind of beyond those concepts. He is a force of nature. he does seem to recognize that certain things are wrong. He feels guilt, and that seems to be a lingering effect from when he was a mortal being. But if he can bypass that and just be a force of nature, then he might be able to destroy Unicron, because then killing him would not be an evil act. It would not be a violent act. It would just be. You know, you know, we say that an earthquake is violent, but, you know, it doesn't have a morality system. It's not, you know, seeking out destruction. It just happens. It's a thing. It doesn't think or feel. Galactus, on the other hand, does think and feel. So it does. Hi, Athena. I know, honey. I know. She's lonely. I'm gonna just open the door. She could. There's no one else down here. My dad's sick too, but he's upstairs. And as long as I don't get close to the doors and I put my mask on when I leave the room, that should be okay. I'll take a sanitary wipe to the computer screen and my peripherals and stuff after this. Okay. Well, I don't think I could figure this out under the best of circumstances. Oh. They're right here. I don't think I could figure this out under the best of circumstances because of that conundrum. So, you know, I don't think figuring it out with COVID brain is really going to help. Although the worst part is that the drippy nose has kept me up all night. So I'm really being hampered by lack of sleep. But I'm usually hampered by lack of sleep. Oh, I've also... I'll get back to Indigo Disc when I'm actually capable of stringing together coherent thoughts. You guys did say that I would cry happy tears and not sad tears, so... I am hoping that my Blorbo, AI Turo, will be okay. I don't even have to see him again, you know? I think it would hamper the story if I did. I just think that, you know... just telling us that they're okay. That the AIs are okay wherever they ended up. Or at least can be okay, you know? That's all I really want. That and the chime from Legends Arceus that plays when you're near a shiny. But apparently that didn't happen. Because we, you know, why should we have nice things? Anyway, okay. You know it's not a Blackjack video unless I rant about something completely unrelated. I already ranted about a few unrelated things anyway. I am dreadfully sorry for this. Okay. So, I'm actually thinking Unicron. I know, what Netbug told me, but it's going to come down to if he can survive the nullifier. And because the nullifier doesn't just wipe you from existence, it rewrites the entire universe specifically to exclude you, and it sounds like he has the ability to get around that. However, it is possible there could be some other factor.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
Is that a Lego
for the
version?
death battle you've been asking for forever!
Yeah!
As all things must, your world has come to an end. Halt! This planet is mine to consume.
I think his scale just changed
saith
between those
Galactus, destroyer of worlds.
Be gone, thus decrees Unicron, Chaos Bringer.
Alright, I was wondering how long he was gonna stay in the orb form. Orb! Watch, game is done quick. I still don't know why they shout orb. Oh yeah.
So quick to pay for Oblivion's embrace.
I think he just extended his arm out longer. These planets are awfully close to each other, unless they're just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Yeah, that's the black hole at the center of the Milky Way galaxy there. Well, he reacted to it. I guess he is more of a physical being, too. Even though he's also the embodiment of evil. Yeah, I can't really destroy him that easily.
Not so easily felled.
It still hurt him, though, which is interesting.
Fleeing so readily, Unicron.
No.
Devourer. Transforming.
Oh, my.
Beg not for mercy, behold blackening skies. Against mine chaos, even gods will die.
You got time for poetry, huh?
Galactus meets your challenge.
Oh.
This world will bring destruction to it all.
You realize this is basically because they reached the last pub game, right?
Finality, in first and last, true immortality.
You know, the visuals are neat, but I'm really not getting much of a sense of scale.
I have no patience left. Return thy dreams. Enter the void where none may hear your screams.
There's the spark.
You know not the power which you command.
Of course I do. Your death I thus demand.
Oh.
Finally, I have won.
I've seen their power.
Okay, so they both
Chaos.
took. Okay, they did tank past that.
Witness the last fate that awaits you thus. For almighty Galactus must now feed.
Okay, how?
KO!
I was right though that he could tank that.
Manipulate reality itself and do basically anything.
Older than the universe, unbound by time, they had each other matched in a lot of ways.
So it ultimately came down to which of them was more powerful.
Both could threaten an entire...
Unicron discovered the characters could immediately threaten an infinite number of timelines, and the Unicron singularity stand to affect the approximately 17-dimensional multiverse, however.
Infinite multiverse, but Unicron could only do so over time, devouring them one by one.
While Galactus' battle with the Scryer and the other threatened to destroy the entire Marvel multiverse as just a side effect.
Not to mention
The Marvel multiverse is much larger. Not only are there infinite timelines and spatial dimensions, but an infinite number of infinite multiverses. Galactus' fight with the other and the Scryer was going to reach oblivion, which exists beyond all that. Okay. But yeah, I was right that he could survive the nullifier.
Galactus tussles with cosmic beings like himself all the time.
While Unicron is usually the top dog in Transformers, he's a
Well,
big fish
and
in a
Pro-
relatively small pond. Relative to Marvel, at least.
That might sound better for Unicron at first, but it means he has way less experience than Galactus in full-on fights against dudes his size.
And while Unicron has used Dark Energon to infect and
Galactus has observed the essence of evil beings like Dormammu and easily resisted his attempt to corrupt and dark energy and would be no
corrupt beings in
different.
the
Yeah, I
past,
kind of figured he'd be
Galactus
immune to
technically
that.
doesn't have a soul thanks to his cosmic rebirth from Galen. And he's fended off mental attacks before, so
Why would
there's
that
no
mean he
real
didn't
reason
have a
to think
soul?
that would work here.
And as lame as it is,
The Griever at the end of all things, an abstract comparable to eternity, and the Never Queen is also threatened by the Ultimate Nullifier.
the ultimate nullifier is just really, really overpowered.
But it
Despite
didn't do
Unicron
anything.
being able to survive the destruction of his spark, the ultimate nullifier is significantly more.
Unicron's been affected by cosmic weapons similar to the Ultimate Nullifier, like Starsaver Terminus Blade has no resistance for his power. But he tanked it. He just showed up in the new creation.
Consider the time
He
it
was
was
right
used
there.
against Abraxas, a being that embodied the abstract concept of the multiverse's destruction.
Sounds like somebody you know? Even against someone like that,
Okay. Similar reality warp powers, much tougher and more powerful. Ultimate Nullifier destroys conceptual beings, resists corruption by dark energon, cosmic hunger, drains stamina. Reality impossible to kill traditionally. But he did resist the Ultimate Nullifier. That was the whole thing. He popped back up and said he'd won, and then Galactus just ripped through the universe and killed him that way. Weaker, satiated Galactus, harder to
the
regenerate.
good old Ollie Nully had no problem erasing him from reality. And the same would happen to Unicron. While Galactus could always hide in that pocket dimension, just as he escaped the nullifier
That doesn't
before.
make sense.
Unicron
He
was
very
an
clearly was
insanely
shown to resist
terrifying
it.
threat, but
Not just
Galactus had the
resist it, but
power,
outright
experience, and
defy
arsenal
it.
to ultimately annihilate
So I
it.
want to know what
If
that
you
actual
thought
killing
Galactus
blow was.
going down in this fight, you were Unicron.
The winner is Galactus.
And I know the animations don't affect whatever,
Season
but...
10's done, but season
Okay, hang on.
Galactus.
Okay, hang on. I want to see who did the voices.
season 10
Uh, Wolf Williams and Brent Mukai. Good job, you guys. There you go.
but season 11 is on the way. Thanks so much for watching, and a special
We're
thanks
gonna
to our
get
channel
really
members for being
mysterious
champions this year.
images again, aren't
Get
we?
ready for more Death Battle in 2024.
Yay! The full death of the world. And the one you voted for, Wile E. Coyote and Tomcat. Okay, what was that? What? Okay, I'm supposed to do like plus. I don't know what that captions look like. This? No. Okay, I don't actually know what's going on here. Could we please scroll down to where the actual comments are? Okay. This whole battle started because they raced Screech for the same cosmic cupcake at the same time. Kirby would be proud. Okay. And so if someone could explain that to me. He tanked the nullifier. He showed up in the new universe. And then all of a sudden, he got blasted and died. So, I don't get it. I don't get it. I even said, you know, he could tank that and then there would be something else that could kill him. But I don't understand. I know the animation doesn't really reflect the results, but it seemed to be directly contradictory. When the animation shows him surviving the thing that they attribute his death to. That, you know, that's just extremely, extremely confusing. And like I said, the visuals were really impressive. But even though they're like throwing galaxies around, I didn't get much of a sense of scale. Just everything was suddenly big. There wasn't a sense of getting bigger or anything like that. It's weird. I'm gonna go lie down. This is my niece's birthday, by the way. She's 6 today, so if you could say happy birthday, Livy, in the comments, it'd be really great. Okay, so the characters we discussed. Who could Darkwing Duck face in a death battle? Who could Squirrel Girl face in a death battle? Until next time, I'm Blackjack Gabbiani, and I am reminding you all, when you're going to be around others, to wear your goddamn mask. I wouldn't be in this situation if y'all did that, okay? Okay.